Good morning! We are cosplaying Disney's first princess this week. As a fangirl, I will take any excuse to dive deep into a very niche interest. One of my interests, if you follow me literally anywhere you would know, is Disney. And this week the new Snow White movie is coming out, but also there's a book on my TBR that I have been dying to read since I unboxed it, and I can't believe it's taking me this long to get here, but it's the perfect week for it because it is a Snow White retelling. There's also a really beautiful Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs topiary at Epcot because it's Flower and Garden Festival currently. So I thought this week would be fun to just go all in on a theme, as we love to do, and romanticize our life a little bit through the lens of Miss Snow White. Right now, Zoe is sleeping behind me, and I am getting ready to go to a screening of the new live-action movie. Can we just take a second and chat Disney live action? I'm gonna try not to get too distracted and multitask. I feel like there are two camps when it comes to the live action. You either really like them and are excited to see them, or you wish that they were never made. I personally enjoy seeing them. I love these stories. These stories raised me. These stories shaped half my personality. And I'm never gonna get tired of seeing these stories be told. So I'm excited to see the Snow White live action today. I'm mostly excited to hear the new songs. We have Waiting on a Wish. Rachel is incredible. She's a talented woman. And I just know that she did this role justice. And Snow White is Disney's first princess. I think it was also their first movie in color. And that was in like 1930 some, I don't know, long time ago. Am I making that up? I feel like it was that long ago. And I don't think there's been a ton of Snow White content from Disney since then. This feels very long overdue, and I'm just excited to see what new things they bring to the table, what callbacks they have from the original film. So as a Disney fan, I'm simply excited to see it. I'm also feeling very grateful this morning because we are seeing it at Disney Springs with Disney. There's a little brunch event at my favorite restaurant in Disney Springs right now, Summer House. Oh my gosh, if you were coming here on vacation, I promise you, you want to go there. I love the breakfast, brunch, but it's good at any time, and they have a cookie bar if you love desserts. As a part of this event that I am going to and bringing you along with, Disney sent me a whole big box of Snow White merchandise, and I unboxed it on my Instagram and TikTok. In that box was this beautiful Snow White jewelry from Kendra Scott. Zoe, the camera is sitting in a chair. Zoe is sitting in the chair. She just got off. Okay. I was just looking at these in the window of Disney Springs yesterday, but also another Snow White book. This has to be new from Disney Books. It's called Fair and Sinister Heart by Lauren Blackwood. And based on the cover, it is inspired by the live action story of Snow White. You know, they like to switch things up here and there when they can. And this sounds really interesting. I need to read you the flappity flap. One moment, 18-year-old Snow White is taking a bite of an apple. The next, she blinks and finds herself in an enchanted and dangerous dream world. As it turns out, the queen's poison did more than place Snow White in an eternal sleep. It sent her subconscious to the land of Diamond, a world crafted from gems that is home to the queen's most sinister creations. I kind of hope that's in the movie, I'm not gonna lie. After meeting others cursed by the queen, Snow White realizes the only way to save the people trapped in Diamond and her kingdom in the real world is to embark on a quest to find the mythical ruby heart. Oh, and this jewelry has ruby hearts. Ah! This book summary is making me so excited to be living out our Snow White fantasies this week. Snow White and her new friends must work together as they face deadly trials on their journey. But there is something more wicked than the creatures made of gems, and the true danger could be closer than anyone thinks. Snow White will need to be careful because in Diamond, nothing is what it seems. Ah! Okay, I feel like the plan should be we read Sleep Like Death because that is my favorite genre of book, Black Girl Fantasy, and I love Kailyn Barron. Baron? I don't know, I'm making stuff up. I say we read her first this week, and if we have time, we read Fair and Sinister Heart. It's not that long. It's only like 250 pages, so I feel like it could be a quick read if we really dedicate to it. Oh my gosh, it's getting exciting, it's happening. Let's go to the movies and this creator event.
Wish I little bit stronger. Oh, wish I didn't have to go and close the door. Imagine you without me shakes me to the core. Oh, yeah. And you find another beautiful flower, and I go ahead and compare myself to her. But I'm not no other, so why even bother? We can't go back to what we were. Goodbye, my love. Our time is up. God knows we tried. This is our last goodbye. Goodbye, my love. Our time is up. God knows we tried. This is our last goodbye.
All right, I am home. I just got home from watching Snow White. I have to talk about this. So if you don't care about my opinions or you don't want slight Snow White spoilers, here's where you should skip to. This is for my fellow Disney fandom girls and people who love to watch the live actions. This is for you. Let's talk. I have a lot of thoughts on this live action. Let me start by saying I'm seeing it again tomorrow night. So I'm curious to see if any of my thoughts and opinions change after a second watch. Okay, where do I even want to start? Let's just start from the beginning. The beginning is great. I love the new song. They gave a lot more backstory to her parents, and I like how she got her name. I love the movie itself is beautiful. You guys, I fear this movie has introduced some serious plot holes in the story that they're trying to tell. And I'm not going to say too much because I don't want this to just be full of spoilers. Let me talk about why I love the live action movies first. I love the live action movies because I love the original films, and it's just fun to see them again in a new font. Sometimes you get some extra stories, sometimes you get some extra songs. This movie had both of those things, which was great. But I just have some qualms. My first one being Jonathan, who is the love interest in this movie. This isn't even about him personally. I just don't know who that man is. I don't know his motivations. I love that he loves Snow White, but he's just a confusing character to me. His purpose is confusing to me. And this is after me having sat with one of my friends who was also at the screening, and we talked for about an hour after the movie about every single thought we had during it. So this is like well dissected, and I still don't have a true opinion or understanding for Jonathan in this movie. Overall, I think that the movie had a really good structure. The bones are there for this to have been a really great live action with a new POV, and it just has some plot holes for me that I can't look past. The biggest one being okay, this is a spoiler. Warning, this is a spoiler. One of my biggest qualms is Snow White and her dad, right? Her dad goes away. It's presumed that he's dead. Then the huntsman is like, you don't know the truth about your father. Snow White's like, oh my gosh, my dad's not dead. He's alive. And this whole time they're like really teasing us about her dad. Just to be like, yeah, your dad's gone. He's never coming back. And then she's shocked. I don't know. Oh my gosh. I want to love this movie. I really do, because I think Rachel does a phenomenal job. I know her back is hurting. I know Rachel's back is hurting from carrying this movie on her back, because she gives the performance of a lifetime. She is acting her butt off. She's giving stage, production, performance, no notes on Rachel. But the surrounding plot line is just so flat, in my opinion. Snow White is an icon. She's the original Disney princess, and I watched that movie a lot growing up. It was one of the ones that I would just come home and watch as a kid. And this live action has plenty of callbacks to the original, which is very satisfying and essentially what we're looking for in a live action. But I just didn't love some of the changes that they introduced. I would have loved to get to know the bandits more. Like, what is their purpose? They're fighting for the one true king, but the one true king is nowhere to be found. And like, who are these people? We just didn't get to know them. Therefore, I didn't really care for them as much as I wanted to. And also, the queen's magic does not make a lot of sense to me. I just feel like there was a lot of plot holes in terms of her magic and the enchanted mirror. I think we could have used an extra 30 to 40 minutes in this movie, and it probably would have been chef's kiss, no notes. But because it just skips over very vital parts, I don't know. And on that note, can we just admit that Jonathan, the love interest, we know that he has to save Snow White through true love's kiss. We know he has to kiss her to bring her back to life after she eats the poison apple. That's from the original. That's not a spoiler. We expect to see it coming. But this man, I just was not bought into their romance by the time that part happened. I did not get enough from their romance, and it felt so awkward to me. I was like, this man is just locking lips with the corpse because he like didn't get the chance, so now she's like gone and he's taking, because it was just not explained to him that true love's kiss will save her. It felt like he just did it because he wanted to and never got the chance while she was alive, and I feel like that's really weird. And maybe they're just relying on context clues and us having seen the story before, whatever. I just am a little unsatisfied, which makes me kind of sad. I want to love it so much, and I had such high hopes. That's okay, though. I'm going to watch it again tomorrow, see if any of these opinions change. And we're still going to be living our best Snow White life this week. I'm really excited to read Sleep Like Death by Kaylin Barron. Let me show you my very beautiful fairy loot version. So this is my fairy loot version of Sleep Like Death, a Snow White retelling. And Kaylin Barron wrote Cinderella is Dead, which is one of my favorite YA fantasy novels. This is supposed to have a little bit more of a horror element to the Snow White story. The main premise of this book is that Princess Eve has magical powers. She can make weapons from nature. In my mind, that means she can just like pick up a stick and turn it into a dagger. I don't know. We'll find out once we get into it. But she was raised with the purpose of defeating the queen's arch enemy called the Knight. And something happens. A messenger who claims to be working for the Knight appears in Eve's life after her 17th birthday and tells her some sort of truth that has her second-guessing everything she ever knew. Black girl main character, fantasy. I'm excited to read her already. This book is beautiful. I've shown it, I think, maybe once or twice already on this channel, so I'm excited to go ahead and get into it.
What are we eating?
The fried cinnamon rolls from the Coca-Cola Outpost. Is that what it's called?
I mean, it's next to that, but the booth is called Brunch Cut.
Really good. They're nice and fresh, too.
Yeah. We waited an extra 10 minutes for them because they would be fresh. But they're so
It's
yummy.
also because they're the most popular item on the menu, clearly.
Okay, so, excuse me. And the best part is there's like 7 of them in here, and this is $5. Compared to a lot of stuff here, I feel like this is really good value. Just saying.
Also, as you can clearly see, the cinnamon grits were delicious.
Really?
Very good.
I can't tell. We have been at Epcot all day. I went and took photos by Snow White's wishing well. Wishing well. Snow White's wishing well. And we've just been going around to get snacks and stuff. I've been rating the snacks based on Hannah Montana sounds. It's been fun. and the weather's great today. It's just such prime time in Florida. Like, I'm outside in a long sleeve shirt, feeling great, living my best life. Because in June, this time of day, it's like 3 p.m. or something like that. It's midday, which is one of the hottest parts of the day. And it's just nice to be outside, so we're soaking it in. Oh, let me show you my outfit today. Since we're living our Snow White life, I obviously did a Snow White Disney bound. And I'm wearing the bow from Disney Style, but I also have the Snow White ears. Yay! We have one more snack to get. The free Uncrustable.
You know what they say? Free food is the best tasting food. And I know that's a fact.
Uncrustables sponsors something here in Epcot during Flower Garden, and they give out free Uncrustables, so I say we go try to get one.
And we're like 99% sure that they're raspberry flavored, which...
I have seen the raspberry, and I've been scared to buy them, so this is like the perfect opportunity to find out if it's good.
We'll tune in and let you know. The flowers know this party's for them or not?
Oh wow, well they dressed well.
That's just how they wake up.
Bit of a sad update. I think that they only give them out, after a quick research, I think they only give them out at noon on the weekend. And it's not noon. It's like hours past noon. So we're gonna ride Living with the Land.
What do you think is the most underrated ride at the Disney parks?
I'm Snow White!
I mean, great question.
It's Living with the Land. It's Living with the Land at Epcot. No questions asked. Case closed.
No, it's just a boat.
Got too many flows, I be killing them. Oh baby, tell me say she feeling them. Ain't worth a mile, it's a million them. Say baby, I. Got too many flows, I be killing them. Oh baby, tell me say she killing them. Mine worth a dime, yeah she killing them. Say baby, I. Yeah, mountain, it's a yeah, mountain. A papa boy living yeah, mountain. Yeah, mountain, it's a yeah, mountain. We can't show you what the yeah, mountain. Yeah, mountain, it's a yeah, mountain. A papa boy living yeah, mountain.
I'm back with an update from my kitchen. I saw the movie again and touched some grass, and I have a little bit of a different opinion. I reminded myself that this movie was made for general audiences, including children. My initial take, I think, is still fair, and I think I still stand by a lot of the points that I made in that initial take, but this is just my little reminder that it's not really that serious. I'm just a big fan. I feel like my takes can get a little specific, and in the weeds a bit. But that's the fun part about being in a fandom, right? Like, when you're in a fandom, you know everything, and you can have these, like, super specific takes that, like, the general people just don't care about. So that was for my fandom girlies. Let me know your thoughts on the new Snow White movie. Aside from that, I have started to read Sleep Like Death. This book is too beautiful to ruin, though. So I've been listening to it on Libro FM, and I'm not too deep. I think I'm only an hour in so far. So we're still in the lore building stage of a fantasy book, which is arguably one of the best parts because you get to learn what the world is like. Chihuahua problems. She's being crazy. You get to learn what the magic system is like if there is one, who your character is, what situation they find themselves in. We're not super deep in. I haven't learned too much more than I already knew kind of going into the book, but I am liking it. It's a much darker tone than I anticipated it being, which I think Kaylin Bayron has said that this is a horror book. Is this a horror book? Or is her next book a horror book? I guess we'll find out. Side note, this is the popcorn bucket from AMC that I got at my Cinderella? Hello? I got this at the Snow White screening, and it turns on with this little apple right here. You press it, and then it becomes glowing gems. How fun is that? If you're wondering where the popcorn goes, it goes. It goes. It goes. It goes in here. I probably won't be putting popcorn in here unless I'm doing like a Snow White movie night or something like that, just because I don't want to ruin it and make it dirty. But how fun is this? In the Snow White live action film, Snow White loves baking pies, specifically apple pies. I know that in the original it's gooseberry, I believe, but they switched it up for the live action and it's apple, which I love me an apple pie, so I'm not complaining about that. But I thought it would be fun to dive back into Sleep Like Death, listen to more of the book while we make an apple dessert. I think I'm gonna make like a mini apple crumble just to keep living our Snow White fantasy.
Of what to do. To have these abilities. I stretch my hands, the same with the trees and rivers and animals. And before it comes to what I've questioned, nothing would be concerned with. Mother says trials away from her and closes the burning. She drips crimson as it falls. Sorry, you still would. Today, it'll kindness no best. More questions, but Hunter's meant to be the best scout enough. A jealous ass stirs away him, mother's chest heaves, naturally headstrong. Focus on the task. Yes. The mother comes. Huntress will accompany you. Following close behind him is Lady Anne, tabletop. Have I not made it cut through? Hunt see her as she breathes deep, as she can't.
I have finished reading Sleep Like Death. I listened to it on Libro FM, and I have thoughts before I give you my final rating and we wrap up this fairy tale week in my life, Snow White edition. If you're a fan of Snow White, I think you will enjoy this reading. I will say that knowing the story and like knowing the key characters and the key plot points of that story, even the Disney one, having that information doesn't take away from the story. If anything, it makes it a little bit better, a little bit more exciting to read, because I found myself being like, well, if I know this about the evil queen, when does it happen in this book? Or we all know about True Love's Kiss. When does that happen in this book? What about the dwarves? All of those little Easter eggs. It's fun to think about while you read, and I will say that I was pleasantly surprised to see them show up when they did in this story. Another thing is I am genuinely shocked at the ending. Did not see that coming at all, but it feels justified. It makes sense. And for a second there, I was kind of like, where are we going? Where are we going with this information? But by the final chapter, I really did appreciate it. It makes this book feel like what it is, a fairy tale. At the end of the day, this is a fairy tale retelling. And I liked her. I rated her 3.75 stars on my Fable. One more thing. Eve is a very strong main character. She is not like the traditional or the Disney Snow White la princess. She is very much a warrior, and you see that with her relationship with her mother and the role that she takes on in the kingdom as its protector. And of course, her being a black girl just makes it so much better for me. And with the closing of this book, so comes the closing of this vlog. I hope you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!